It's on. Please, the floor is yours,
Okay.
Harri.
Thank you for having me here, and nice to see you all here present, and all virtual people who may be watching this. And my name is Harri Okkonen, and I'm one of the 3 original founders of Quattrofolia. I will walk you through shortly of what is Quattrofolia and markets where we are in, and then a little bit about our solution, what we are doing. And Quattrofolia, we have been in stealth mode until this, just working behind the curtains and not having any public presentations or anything. Even our website is under construction now, so don't bother to go there. And Quattrofolia was founded a little bit more than 1 year ago, and the original idea was, where the name comes, is to provide services for senior citizens to stay longer at home and have full support in living home. It had 4 leaves: friends and family, social part, then services to help living home, like demand responsive transportation and e-grocery, things like that, and safe living, and then remote healthcare. And all that, our plan was, from starting point, plan was to have it all on platform which is designed and developed on medical device level. And now one common denominator for successful startups is to be able to keep focus and tight focus. And during this 1 year, or a little bit less than 1 year, we learned more and decided to focus on all the expertise of some founders and our advisors, remote healthcare, and save our efforts and money in every other aspect. Shortly, team consists of Okkonen is a long time VC, has made a lot of good deals, and is retiring from VC world. And Harri is a long time entrepreneur and long time expert from healthcare area, and he is our CTO and Chief Regulatory Officer. And without Harri, it would have been not possible to have our ISO certificates this speed we got. Then me, I've been doing many things in many places, in Korea, in India, UK, Finland, United States, last 14 years, and a big chunk of that is in remote healthcare. Otto is our young part, project manager, and then we have really heavyweight advisors, Pekka Heinonen and Markku Saraheimo is one of the leading endocrinologists and diabetologists in whole Europe. Really famous person. Then we have brand new resource, Paulus Karpelan, who started a couple of days ago, and will bring experience and strength and aggressiveness to our team. So about this industry we are in, what are the mega trends? One thing which is and has been prevailing for last 15 years is that healthcare costs are increasing faster than cross-national product increases in all OECD countries. And as you can, if you pay attention, you can see today from news and newspapers that also Finland has hit the pain point. And United States healthcare budget is, or healthcare use is about 15% of gross national product, so it's not sustainable there either. Another thing is that this software side, software as a service side, has not been regulated earlier, but since 2010, Medical Device Directive and FDA has taken a lot stronger attitude to regulating software. About these healthcare trends and diabetes, numbers are huge, and it doesn't make any sense to even dream of getting big percentage of these. But even getting some meaningful part in Finland done means that Quattrofolia will be already successful with that chunk. And of Finnish about 2 billion healthcare budget, diabetes care takes how much? 16% roughly. So about 4% of diagnosed diabetics consume 16% of healthcare. Then about MDD and FDA, I'm not going to read these, but I'm happy to share these documents with anyone who wants. But it's nowadays, you don't have to guess if software is treated as medical device, if it's connected to medical device, or if it processes health data. And so that judgment, we had luxury 95 when we started with Pekka, is no more there. Of course, it's not controlled, and so FDA and MDD are not really aggressively working to close this hole, but it will happen pretty soon. And solution for this MDD and FDA regulation is, the only solution is to have your quality system in the level where it meets the requirements, regulatory requirements. And Quattrofolia is one of very, very few companies in the world who has ISO 9001 and 13485 certificates to make software as a service, or sell and develop software which is medical device level, have software as a service which is medical device level, design and develop medical devices. So there is one company in Sweden we have found, and then Qualcomm, who has similar. And then biggest cause for these high expenses in diabetes is caused by continuously high blood glucose levels, and it's measured in laboratory with test which is called HbA1c. And this HbA1c is the strongest single marker for risk to have long-term complications. And diabetes is the largest single cause of amputations, largest single cause of kidney failure, largest single cause of blindness. And there was in UK done this very, very big clinical research called DCCT, which is almost like Bible for what is impact of good blood glucose control and its impact to healthcare costs or long-term complications and thus healthcare costs. And very practically very small changes there, if it can be managed, can have really big impact in reducing risk to get these long-term complications. And here is just I don't go to any details, but healthy person has HbA1c which is below 6. And if it's above 6, then you are diagnosed to have a diabetes. And it goes pretty easily to these numbers like 11 or even higher. And with high HbA1c, it's not a question if you get blind, if you get amputated, if you lose your kidneys. It's just when it happens. And currently, big problem there is timing. And in current healthcare, this HbA1c plan is to measure it every 90 days, once in 3 months, and inform individual with diabetes that, hey, you have your HbA1c is 11. What are you going to do? And there is no feedback loop. How to manage daily your blood glucose levels. And there is clear need for good diabetes management and diabetes care to bring blood glucose data and calculated HbA1c to be part of daily management or daily diabetes disease management. And our solution, it's in principle, it's exactly the same what we had already 96, 97, 99, but nothing is as vain as good idea in wrong time. It was close to impossible to make good solution with mobile phones of that era. You had text messages, but that was about it. And currently, with smartphones, some emerging standards how to connect medical devices to smartphones and how to connect it to network. It is much more feasible to generate product and solution that helps individual to take this biofeedback, which for I hope all of us is really well taken care by your pancreas, and it's adjusting insulin production by millisecond. But if your insulin production is not there, or your insulin resistance is too high, you have to take that automation and biofeedback to be handled by your brains and thumb to inject insulin. And insulin metabolism is really complex. Some people, few people can learn how to do it with their own Excel and own tools, but it's not solution for masses. And our goal with this is to create solution which with as few square millimeters as possible from the screen helps individual to take this biofeedback and take care by smart way of behaving the diabetes. And with this system, if individual can bring his HbA1c from 10 or 11 close to levels of 7, basically risk of these long-term complications goes so low that it's almost like a healthy person. And there is many applications. I bet you all have seen our competitors whose applications seem to have the same footprint as we have. Collect data from glucose monitor, store it in database, present some nice graphs to healthcare professional and individual with diabetes. But I don't think you have seen any of them which can present also this HbA1c and manage risk of reduce risk of serious hypos at the same time. And that is kind of clue of our application. We have a method to calculate this very accurately, this HbA1c from daily glucose values, and in small sample groups it's more accurate than if you switch from laboratory to another, like accuracy of different HbA1c meters. So it's really accurate, and combination of having for managing blood glucose levels and avoiding risk of hypos, which is in a way sudden death part. Individual with diabetes can more safely and really easy, simple layout take over this automatic insulin dosage from pancreas when pancreas doesn't work. And this picture is very simple. It's the only thing is when it's connected to medical devices, whole software, end-to-end software is considered as medical device. And then, of course, on application end, we have also pretty heavy clinical stuff. Then I don't want to bother too much you with this. It's basically the same picture as before, but different view. Main thing there is that there's mobile phones, there is medical devices, there is different disease stage. We will start with diabetes, but add later kind of in order of cost to society, other chronic diseases. And I think I have basically used my time here, so I open the floor for questions. I'm happy to answer all possible questions, and if I can't, I will help with regulatory questions, and Pekka, if there is some scientific or this crossing of medical, clinical, and signal processing sciences, and Paulus has grasped everything so fast that he can answer better than I do all generic parts. Thank you for your patience and being here.
From the healthcare regulations, is it considered reliable enough to include smartphone into the system?
As reliable as PC or any common media. It's used widely, so. But you have to, with FDA and MDD, you have to be really careful with something that FDA calls labeling, what you promise. So, for example, never use word real time. And in your terms of use, you have to be pretty explicit on something which is beyond your control. But and another thing for services like this is that this is not emergency or time critical service. This is data critical service.
Is the regulations, are those for one specific version of your software? Like if you release a different version, new source code, do you have to go through all the validation process again?
As a matter of fact, that regulation is for like software lifecycle management or electronics lifecycle management. So it's whole quality system, which includes everything from collecting customer data to requirements management, change management, risk management, hazard management, release, and then after release there is something which is called CAPA, or corrective actions, preventive actions, which is related to customer feedback, and all customer feedback has to be kind of collected diligently and analyzed by some way which can be audited, and these corrective company who wants to go here has to be serious in doing all these process steps. But it's life cycle management of product.
Do you also give customers advices how to reduce their levels of the HbA1c?
That's clinician's job. We give information and in best care practices, which are different from country to country, we have questions which lead to some direction, but this cannot be automated advice giving tool.
Why not?
If we can find insurance company gives us insurance, maybe we will consider.
So, what are the parts that you develop yourselves, and what do you partner the actual measurement devices, and if so, how is the game? How open those things are for you?
Basically, this part is that we have absolutely no goal to do it ourselves. Currently, we are in negotiations to help one third party to get their medical device designed from kind of pilotable and clinical evidence base to get it so that it's classified clinical device and it has EC marks. And second thing is that what this I didn't mention earlier, but like in glucose monitoring, it's like razor and laser blades business, so that these big OEMs who manufacture blood glucose meters, they basically can give meter free of charge and sell 50 cents or $1 per €1 per strips, and type 1 diabetic is assumed to measure at least 4 times, 4, 5, 6 times per day. So what we do is that we facilitate that it can be non-invasive meter or meter without strips, or it can be some kind of pulmonary function meter, where we can, with this whole system, it can be turned to be recurring revenue model based on this service. And so our big hope is that it's really attractive to big companies.
So, at which state are you now? Are you already on the market?
We are going to pilots this fall.
In Finland?
And hopefully in United States also a little bit later, but that's our main focus is now in Finland and make it well first time and a little bit less money.
Is there a requirement to have medical trials and some kind of period of tests before you actually go to real patients?
Not with this software, but these have to be.
And they're already certified.
They are already certified.
So you're on the safe side.
Yes.
What has prevented someone to do this successfully before? So, as you mentioned, this was tried. Nokia was to some degree involved in something like this. I don't know if that was exactly that, but in the 90s.
Nothing can guarantee that we are running like hell to be there first. But this is pre-market. One thing currently, I have to explain some expressions like core competence in our language is something where company is among 3 best in the world. And then basic requirement to compete is something like if access to crude oil is basic requirement to compete for oil refinery. It's extremely stupid to invest in oil refinery if it doesn't have access to crude oil. And currently in this, maybe it lasts 2 years, 3 years, this being clinical device level provider is our first core competence. There are really few companies who do this also for third parties. And but it turns out to be basic requirement to compete. When MPD and FDA start reinforcing this more aggressively, then you just, any company who wants to be in this field has to have this quality system. So it cannot be any more competitive advantage, or it cannot be critical or core competence. And during this period, when this is core competence for us and also competitive advantage, our chief scientist here will find more algorithms, more adaptive systems, fuzzy logic, where we can from real world with some other measurements create information that shows trends or something, maybe asthma or some other diseases. So 5 years from us, plan is that our core competence is this very narrow space between clinical data, signal processing, data mining, and we will be strong there.
If that is the case, are you focusing on actually developing the app, or would it also be possible to just have like a service, like a RESTful service, or I don't know what kind of thing, where you just input the data, you give back the HbA1c levels, and that's it, and everyone can use that?
In theory, it's not a decision yet, but when this algorithm is final for computing HbA1c, there is at least no technical reason that prevents us from licensing it to someone else who wants to use it. And we are just very greedy. Whatever makes more money, more sense for us, we will follow that route. Is there anything?
How about the business model? So who is paying for you for this, and how?
That's will be interesting, but at the moment we believe that like one, so there is end users with high likelihood will not pay this, or they will pay around the corner, but our paying customers are in these categories like big medical device manufacturers who want to connect their device for their customers to network, then healthcare providers, maybe small or big PR, in discussions on that range with some pretty big healthcare providers in the United States already, but I don't expect that to happen fast. But these are, like, to get started, I would be happy if Mehiläinen or one of these guys takes this so that we can show that, get first traction. Ambition level is different what we can do in next 18 months. And next 18 months is healthcare providers in Finland, maybe in Estonia.
On your next slide, you said that you have in pipeline like other chronic diseases as well. So, like, what is your competitive advantage, for example, in asthma? And, like, if you here have the HbA.
But it just happens to be so that this one prospect partner who opened discussion with us is developing new method for diagnosing asthma with infants. And our coming back to this today's or soon to be core competencies that we can provide turnkey service to make clinical level device for some electronic set of transistors which currently is in test phases. And if we go there, if we get so far, then we will start talking with some as good pulmonologists as we can find, and what can be calculated where, and what can be done from some other measurements like this idea I mentioned is because little children or babies cannot blow, so there is no way they can use these meters, so there has to be some other way which for sure is based on heavy algorithms. Those algorithms are not of course ours.
Yeah. They're measuring some gas.
So there's now a big market for this kind of unofficial non-medical use of the medical equipment, like blood pressure meters, what you had on the front page there, and another slide. So is that could you somehow spread the software or the service using that market?
Its architecture is modular, and we can add things, and like so simple thing as scale. If it's taken to be part of clinical obesity management, then there is question already that where is the limit for this, but it's to answer. We are not forcing anything to become medical device. We can integrate those. Currently, we support this continuous standard, which is open standard, and basically any home monitoring device may be scale or blood pressure monitor or oximeter, which supports continua. I don't know. Is it 1 week, 2 weeks? We can integrate it to new device if it's continua compliant, and then we will just if it's some manufacturer who wants to do it, we will charge from software as a service rules and professional services. But it's not. We will not deviate from diabetes. Very easy. If someone pays, someone wants to add something there and use it, why not? Small company has to be opportunistic also if you don't walk too far from home base.
Any more questions? Okay, thanks a lot. Very interesting. And I'm happy to tell you that this was our first trial of the live webcast, and it worked perfectly. So in the future you will be able to watch these lunch talks also from somewhere else, but we of course hope that you come here. And they also recorded and put on this channel that I will inform you all later on. So in the next invitations I will include the URL for the webcast. Okay, thanks a lot, Harri. Thank you. Se on mielenkiintoista. Mä en ole mitään suunnitelmaa hajua, että mitä te teette.
I used healthcare services and maybe language centers, but they can still catch all the rest. No.
Yeah, that's forced to.
A little bit later.
Tuli vähän kesken.
Pekka, kun mä mietin, että mistä me tunnetaan, mutta Nokialtahan me tunnetaan.
Yes,
Niin. Sen takia mä olin vähän aluksi, että hetkinen. Siellä tutkimuskilpailuksessa. Hei, mä laitan tätä webcastin nyt päälle.